Hi Eugenia, nice to see you've sent another set of essays. Let's take a look at what you wrote here. This is the one about the pie chart with the popular school subjects. Okay. The pie chart provides information about the school's curricula in Germany with the most popular subjects in 2017. I don't know about this, the school's curricula. We don't really know what the school curriculum was. I mean, we just know what 7 of those classes were. So I probably would have rephrased this and just said, the pie chart provides information about the most popular subjects in Germany in 2017. Simple, clear, accurate. Overall, it can be noticed with a D that PE, note the, accounted for the largest proportion, whereas IT was the subject with the smallest interest for pupils in Germany. You have to get rid of those thes there, okay? In terms of history and PE, the figures for both were almost at the same level and showed a proportion of 22.9 and 22.4 respectively. Similarly, the exact discipline, such as the physics, illustrated 18.1% and the math was only 4% higher, representing a value of exactly 19.5%. All right, this whole sentence is really awkward. We don't call it an exact discipline. We also, again, we don't put the in front of it. So you could have said instead, similarly, the sciences, such as physics, and illustrated was a wrong word here. You could have said had 18.1% popularity, and math was only 1.4% higher, comma, representing a value of exactly 19.5. That would have been okay. Regarding geography's popularity among other subjects, it was with, what are you saying here? With less than 1% lower than that of I don't know what you're saying here. It was less than 1% lower than that of biology, comma, reflecting. It's not a fraction, it's a percentage. So you could have said a percentage or a figure. A figure is a great word to use, and I don't think you've seen oh yeah, you use it up here. So that would have been good. Reflecting a figure of 6.4%. The subject related to IT was the least popular in 2017, representing the smallest number. It's not a number, it's a figure, okay? Showing a proportion of only 3%. All right, it's fine. I mean, there's some awkwardness. There's some things that you could have improved. There are some things you could have written a little more clearly, a little more grammatically accurately. But on the whole, I thought it was a pretty good job, okay? It was, yeah, some of you, you had that one problem. You kept using the in front of the subjects, so be careful with that. Let's take a look at your task 2 here. This is about language translation applications. Fine. Most people nowadays tend to use numerous online apps for different language translation purposes. In my opinion, I consider that all kinds of programs used for translating language can bring about more benefits compared to any problems they can cause. All right, that's nice and clear. Good. To begin with, individuals throughout the world want to learn another language for their work or studies by using lots of applications from the internet. I don't really like lots of here. It feels really informal. So a better choice would be by using numerous applications, or many applications would be better, from the internet. This is largely because all these programs found on the internet help people to learn a foreign language more easily. All right, you need an adverb here, more easily, as in a few seconds they can find the translation of a word or even an entire sentence. Get rid of out. Find out is something different than find. For example, in many schools in Finland, various apps were implemented to translate a foreign language, and as a result, 3/4 of the students managed to learn a second language in a shorter time than usual. Therefore, it is undeniable that with the advancement of the internet and online applications, people feel more freer to, no double O, just one O, learn a new language whenever they want. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That's fine. I want to move on before I go into this anymore. On the other hand, translation apps can have some drawbacks, such as high cost. More specifically, the majority of people, especially from market areas where a second international language is compulsory, uses a reliable translation program, which very often is quite expensive. For instance, comma, my cousin works in a big company where everyone is provided with an application for language translation in order to check all kinds, with an S, of foreign translation information, related to their job. Because of this facility, comma, they are charged $100 monthly. Consequently, the largest drawback to such an application is that they almost always are very costly, okay? In conclusion, although translation apps can be disadvantageous in some cases, I strongly believe that their benefits far outweigh any of the minor aspects, as they constitute one of the main tools, S, in learning a foreign language. Okay. I want to see this task again. I want to see how it's written. Okay, so I actually did, and the way it's phrased is that it wants to know if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Now, when you see the question written like that, advantages plural, disadvantages plural, it assumes that you're going to discuss more than one advantage, more than one disadvantage. Okay, so from what I could see here, you only talked about cost as being the disadvantage. So it's one disadvantage, which means that it's only partially responded to. You've only partially fulfilled the task. Okay, so that's the first thing. Let's see. And here it also seems that there's only one advantage. So I know that we're used to saying, okay, well, each paragraph has to have a central idea, and that's absolutely true, central idea. But it did ask you about advantages plural and disadvantages plural. So you have to give more than one for each of them, okay? So in other words, this would probably be scored down because it is only partially developed. You didn't completely answer the question. The other problem that I have with this is more related to coherence and cohesion. And that's because of the organization of your paragraphs. Since you are more in favor of these language apps, you should have put that paragraph second. And this paragraph should have come first, because we always talk about the side that we don't support first, and then we talk about the side that we do support. So that's another change that I would have liked to see you make. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I liked a lot of the rest of it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you did develop your answer, but again, I mean, the problem was that you, from what I could tell at least, it looks like you only talked about one advantage and one disadvantage, and I want you to think about maybe developing each of these just a little less, but you know, really responding to the question. All right, go ahead, Eugenia, and correct these. Let's see another set from you. We'll be waiting. Good luck.